Hi, everybody. This is Michael Reeves, and today I'm going to assist with a broadcast that I don't really know much about the competitors of this league, but I do know what this league is about. It's Battle Royal. It's 2018. We are wringing the washcloth, so to speak, of the 2016 season. This is a spring league in which a number of coaches get together and they, instead of drafting individual players, they draft units. And this game includes Tom Cook and another coach. Dennis sent me some information here. I'm sorry, I'm a little behind here, but I'm going to try to catch up with this as best I can. We're midway here in the first quarter, and it's 7-0. I believe that's Tom Cook that's on top in this contest. Dennis gave me some notes here real quick, and I'll try to find them. Okay, so Tom Cook is London, and they are ahead now 7-0, and he is facing off against a young man named Aaron. It looks like this is his first year in Battle Royale. Tom Cook was 13-4 in the regular season. Aaron was 9-8, so he barely made the playoffs here, according to Dennis, but now has made it to the finals. And this is Aaron with the ball, and we'll try to set the stage here. We're in the first quarter, midway in the first quarter. It's 7-0, Tom Cook's club over Aaron's club. Actually, I'm sorry, London is Tom's club. Okay, now I'm starting to catch up with this here a little bit. I guess I don't really know the names of these two clubs. So it looks like London is Tom Cook's club, and he is the guy right now with the ball. So Aaron looks ahead 7-0. Tom Cook has the ball on his own 22. It's 2nd down and 8. And there's a run that'll pick up a few yards. It's now 3rd down and 5. Let's open up card image here real quick. So that's Latavius Murray. Under center is Carson Wentz. And at wideouts, he's got deep threat Ted Ginn and top-notch short pass receiver and Michael Thomas. So again, the way the Battle Royal works, it looks like there were 18 coaches in this league, and basically you have to have a winning record to make the playoffs, and every team plays the other team in the league once. So when Cook is stopped there on 3rd and short, and is stopped 1 yard short, in fact, and Tom's not going to take any chances in his own territory. He's going to go ahead and punt. So the punt is returned 3 yards, so Aaron will take over at his own 26-yard line. I'm still trying to figure out Aaron's team name, and I'm sorry, everybody that's listening to this. I wasn't in this league, but I'm going to try to catch up and do the best that I can because I think it's important to put together a good broadcast here. It cheapens it if you don't have a nice broadcast for the finals. And to be honest with you, that's how I got into this league a few years ago. There's a big pickup on the play of 28 yards for Todd Gurley. And now Aaron has the ball at his own 47. Maybe if I take a look at the Coach files. Perhaps I can figure this out. No. Maybe the box score will tell me. Nope, that's not going to tell me either. So here's a 1st and 10 play. This is an inside run. It's a nice pickup of 8 for Gurley, who fumbles the ball, but Aaron's club maintains possession. So that could have been a big break for Tom Cook, but instead, Aaron's group will hold on to the ball. It's now 2nd down and 1 as they have made their way into London territory. They're already up 7-0. This has been kind of an improbable run, according to the notes that I have here. Again, his club, this is the first year that Aaron was in this group. He finished 9-8, and to get there, he defeated some pretty stout coaches here in Dan Morin. And Tyke and Nick actually had a group here too, but he was able to eat both. He won one of his playoff games by 14 points and another by 8. So it doesn't look like a fluke that he got here. There's a pickup of 4 and another 1st down. So ball now at the 40-yard line of London. I don't know if this is Tom Cook's first shot at this Battle Royale championship. I know he's a quality coach, and right now, the league in which I am in and Tom is in the Spring Stratomatic Football Association, he's looking really solid after 3 quarters. Basically, every team has played 12 games, and he is undefeated through those 12 and has looked very solid. So he has broken down a club, and after a couple of years, he has risen from the ashes, to say the least, standing at 12-0 in the Spring League. That's another pickup, big pickup of 18 on the play, and Aaron's club again is on the move with the ball at the London 22. And as like we mentioned here just a moment ago, a couple of, well, I'm sure there's several other spring leagues besides the ones that come through SAMIFA. The SSFA, obviously, you've got this Battle Royale. There's a new one that's coming up called the Summer Sprint, in which we do a retro league. And right now we are in the middle of drafting clubs from the 1989 season, and that is unit-based. So again, the way unit-based works, some people play with what's called stock, and that's basically just playing a team just as it was created by Stratomatic. So in other words, if you were going to play the real life Green Bay Packers just like they were carded in Stratomatic. But most leagues don't operate that way. Usually what they'll do is they'll have what's called keeper leagues. I'm involved in several of those, and those leagues mean that every year you have a draft. Now, keep in mind that we don't do what the NFL did this year and draft players that have not played a game. We're a year behind, basically, the way our cards work. So in other words, in July, they are going to tease, so to speak, the cards for the 2018 campaign, but basically those are for 2017. So those are 2017 ratings. Those are 2017 statistics. Several of us are in draft leagues. They're called keeper leagues, in which we will draft a team, hold on to those players year after year, draft players, trade players, cut players, waive players. That's how you build your roster, basically. Some leagues play with typical defensive card stock, team defense cards. Sometimes you play with basically an average defense, and it's your player ratings that determine the strength of your defense. Others have what's called a double counting league, in which you take the ratings of your defensive players, and that's how you can strengthen your defensive cards. Basically, Stratomatic has 5 levels of defensive cards. Average being the middle, obviously, but then there's good, excellent, poor, and very poor. There's a touchdown, as I'm mumbling to myself. Todd Gurley has had some big runs here. He's hit that 12 on his card twice, and it's led to another score for Aaron, who is now up 13-0 pending this extra point attempt. And that kick is good. So it's 14-0. So Aaron, 9-8 in the regular season, making a super strong run as he is looking for the Battle Royal crown in his first year of play, which would be super impressive considering a lot of these Samifa leagues have some very, very good coaches. Tom Cook, not the least of them. He's an excellent coach and a very good GM. But he finds himself down 14-0. These two clubs did play. Well, okay, good. So I can at least check out who in the world this club is. So it looks like it says here London beat Washtenaw, WashtenAw, 26-6 in the regular season. I don't know if there was a box score there. I don't know. Anyway, these clubs did meet in the regular season. Tom was able to notch that win, but he's struggling in this game. There's a pass on Wentz's card. It had a very minute interception chance. The turf at 2nd down and 10. 1:30 to go here in this Battle Royale Championship for 2018 using the 2016 statistics. We like to get the most out of these cards, but like I mentioned earlier, usually the 4th of July weekend is when Stratomatic will start bringing out the ratings. And a little bit over a month after that, we'll start to see the ratings guides. And late August, early September, we'll start seeing the cards. It's a very exciting time for Stratomatic fans. Sometimes we're lucky, and Dennis and Tom, who basically promote this game for Stratomatic. The guys, frankly, should be employees of this company. They do marvelous work, and they do marvelous promotion for this game. It's a wonderful game. It's not Madden by any stretch. It's not a graphic-based game. It's very much a thinking man's strategy game. And we're starting to see a young influx of talent in this as well, and we hope that that will continue. It is an excellent game, and honestly, whenever these ratings come out, we're fortunate because usually Tom and Dennis will put together a show and they'll give their thoughts on the ratings. And that's always a fun show. Sometimes, in fact, they'll have a representative named Glenn Guzzo from Stratomatic. I believe it's Guzzo. I don't believe it's Guzzo. I believe it's Guzzo. We'll have him on because he's one of the representatives with Stratomatic who helps put together the ratings. So that's a fun show. And I mean, we're like kids at Christmas whenever the ratings come out. You know, we like I said, we play this, 2016 season. We've beaten it like a horse, basically, and we are all excited to play with new players. It's exciting. The draft is fun. Stock teams are fun. These unit-based games are fun too. So Tom is off to a bit of a slow start here. He's already trailing 14-0. Can't seem to get out of his own way, as he's going to have to punt the ball back to Aaron and his Washtenaw club, who is already up 14-0, finished 9-8 in the regular season, but is putting together a crazy run as he is a rookie here in Battle Royale, who obviously is looking for his first crown. This ball is punted to the 5. Is he going to take it? He did. He actually did take it. Okay, the animation A little sketchy there. The ball actually went into the end zone. So it will now be first down from the 20. Now we've had this problem where the game has been blocking, and that may have taken place here. Oh, no, it hasn't happened. So we have this weird bug in spectator mode where if the ball goes into the end zone on a kickoff, that we got to close the game and then jump back in. But I guess it didn't happen here, so that's good. But we've seen some other wackiness too. I'm in another league, a very strong league called Autumn Wind, and I broadcast a lot of games there. And a club won a game on the last play of the contest on a 70-yard or so interception return, and it didn't show it. It was the craziest thing. Basically, the game ended, and it didn't reflect the touchdown. And I had to wait to hear from the lads playing the game to let me know that the game had ended on such a fantastic play that nobody got a chance to see, myself, the spectators, etc. So we're hoping, fingers crossed, the strike will fix that bug this year because it's quite annoying. They've done a good job of helping teams maintain contact, though. That's a good thing because a lot of times these games would like freeze, but we're seeing a drop in that. So that's positive. So fingers crossed they're going to continue to make improvements on the connectivity of this game. So Tom plays a 3-4 here. It looks like Aaron's club is playing with a 2 tight end set. And there's a pass that's good for 15 yards and a first down. That's Tyrod Taylor with the completion. His guest wrong card actually looked good. His guest right card obviously is going to be less than stellar, but he does have lots of must runs. So it's definitely a useful card. This might be the last good card he has for a while, unless he finds his way out of Cleveland. He did start with the Browns this year, only to be put to the bench by Baker Mayfield, the very strong quarterback. And would you look at this? It's 21-0 on a defender X or long gain, dials up a 5. And that pass was completed from Tyrod Taylor to Brandon Cooks, the real-life Los Angeles Rams wide receiver. And Aaron and his club are looking very, very strong. 21-0 over one of the premier coaches in Stratomatic in Tom Cook. So Washtenaw, 21-0. Regular season, these two clubs met, and London and Tom Cook took the measure of that game, 26-6. But it looks like Washtenaw. That's going to take a little while to get that one down. I'll tell you, it's not exactly a team name that I'm too familiar with, much less a city name. So we have locked ourselves out of the game. I'm going to jump right back in. $46,390. And we are back in. So Tom Cook trailing by 3 scores as the ball second down and 10 on his own 25. Let's put the game card back up here and let's put these so far today so we can take a look. See, add a little bit of flavor to this broadcast. There's a run to pick up a 5. Latavius, 4 carries for 14 yards, pick up a 5. So this is a manageable third down set. I formation. Now that's Darvin Cook in the backfield. with Rhett Ellison, who's a very strong blocking back. Tight end, New York Giants, excuse me. That's Ingram, but that's Evan Ingram. Your wideouts again, deep threat Ted Ginn and Michael Thomas. Under center, that's Carson Wentz. Tom does not want a 3 and out here, so this is a big conversion. Let's see if he can get it, and he will. That's a nice little pickup there of 12 yards. Good call by the defense. Aaron double teamed Michael Thomas, but Carson Palmer is able to make the throw. Has it dialed up a 7 on his card as a pickup of 12, and it's a first down for London and Tom Cook, trailing 21-0 in this Battle Royale 2018 title tilt. Again, we have a young man named Aaron who is coaching the club that is up 21-0, and that is the Washtenaw. Washtenaw. If I say it a few hundred times, I'll get it. Washtenaw. So Washtenaw is beating London 21-0 right now in this title game. Young man named Aaron. This is his first role into Battle Royale, and it's a very, very positive one. 8 clubs in this league, 17 games. All the clubs played each other one time during the season. These 2 clubs met. London coming out on top 26-6. But this is the championship game, and obviously the tables have turned. London trailing 21-0. 12 minutes to go here in the second quarter. And there's a pass, a deep shot, but it falls incomplete. And that pass was intended for Michael Thomas, who does not have a catch in this contest. Second down and 10. Tom just trying to cross his way into the 50. Carson Wentz is off to a very low start. He's only 1 of 6, so that probably explains part of this. But there's been some big plays on the other end here for Washtenaw. Tyrod Taylor hit a bomb that gave them their 3rd touchdown. Todd Gurley had a long run, 2 long runs on the last drive to put them up 14-0. I did miss the first score. I got into the broadcast about 7 minutes in. My apologies for this. But let's hoping the rest of the way turns out to be exciting and worthwhile broadcast. It's now 3rd down and 10 for London, trailing 21-0. Defense in the 3-3-5 set. Nice call by Tom Cook. He chooses to run there. It's on the defensive card. There's no containment. That's a pickup of 12 on the play and a first down. And that was a run for Darvin Cook. Cook doesn't have a lot of attempts, so you've got to use him judiciously. He has 10 carries remaining. So far, he has 2 carries on the game. So you only get him 12 times. So use him wisely, Grasshopper. But good news for London. Things are trending positively as they've made their way into the Washtenaw side of the field. Perhaps this can be a strong drive. Defense double teams the tight end, and that pass falls incomplete. Flat pass 7 guessed right on Carson Wentz's card. It is an incomplete pass. So 1st and 10 for Tom Cook and his London club, ball at the Washtenaw 34-yard line. I'm keeping one eye. I am in a draft league for 1989, and I'm keeping one eye on the draft as I'm waiting to hear from a club who's making a pick, and I am next. So defense double teams a tight end. Guesses run, obviously. No linebackers in the zone, but a blocking back reading of 1 or -1 comes up. So that's only a pickup of 1 for Latavius Murray, who is 6 carries for 27 yards. So again, Tom Cook trailing 21-0 in this Battle Royale championship. He finished the regular season 13-4. Ball at the Washtenaw 33. Again, that's Carson Wentz under center. See if we can figure out the units that were picked for each one of these. Now it looks like that's the Raiders front line. They're playing a 3-4. That pass also falls incomplete. And that'll bring up 3rd down and 9. And there's a short game pickup of 12, but linebacker containment comes into play. And so now Tom has a decision to make here with 9 minutes to go in the second quarter. It's now 4th and 2. So that was a bad break. It was a run for McKinnon. So it looks like that's I know exactly what that is. That's the Minnesota running back unit. So McKinnon on the run gets a short game, which is a great role, but unfortunately, he's not able to break contain. And so now it's 4th and 2, and that's forcing Tom to go for it, down 21 points. That makes all the sense in the world. So on 4th and 2, I formation. Defense counters with their base 4-3. So that's the Raiders front line because I see Khalil Mack there. Linebacker set. That's Seattle's linebacker set. And there is a big touchdown. So Latavius Murray comes through on that play. Defense gets his pass, and he dials up a box score, and that'll get him the first down and then some. And London has cut this lead back to 21-7. Here's a kick that falls short of the end zone that will be returned, but not for a lot. So Washtenaw will take over at the 22-yard line. So I'm going to move here. Keith already has selected his offensive line, so Michael R. will select. All right, so let's pick this back up. So Washtenaw has a first down, and they've taken the ball over to the 43-yard line. It's second down and 7. So Tyrod Taylor so far putting together some good numbers. He's already hit on a bomb that led to a score. His backfield mate Todd Gurley has a couple of big runs for scores. Second down and 7. And there's a pass, but it's a pickup of only 2. Taylor is hot now. 10 for 14 for 148 yards and 2 scores. But this is a big third down for both of these clubs. If Washtenaw can keep this momentum, stretch out this drive and look for another score to go up by 3 scores by the half, this would be big. But at the same token, if London can make the stop here, there's plenty of time to cut this lead down to 1 score. So let's see what we have here. There's a pass, and Tyrod Taylor is picked off. It's on the defensive card. There were 4 men in the zone. And so London creates a big break and will take over at their own 40-yard line. So if London can find a way to parlay this into a touchdown and go down by 1 score after being down 21-0 actually in this first half, I'd say that Tom would have to feel very, very happy about these circumstances. This game was certainly going sideways on him, and he was facing a 4th down and 2 deep in Washtenaw territory and was able to make that conversion, and that led to a touchdown run to Latavius Murray, who got the 2 yards and added 20-some more to get a score. And that's where we find ourselves now in this 2018 Battle Royale Championship between Tom and Aaron, Aaron. Aaron is new to this league. He's coaching Washtenaw. Club went 9-8 in the regular season, but won the 2 games to make his way into this final contest. Tom also won 2 games as well. So there's a pickup of 5, and that is Darwin Cook. You don't get very many runs with him, but you see that short gain 7. So if you can dial up that 7, he's hardly a limited usage back, but again, 12 carries. So use wisely. So another 3rd down for London. Nothing has come easy for this club. They have had to battle their way, convert 3rd downs, convert a 4th down. And here we go again, and another pickup of 5, just enough for Jerick McKinnon. There was not much on that card. In the reasonably attained normal numbers there, you're 4, 5, 6, and 7. And 8 and 9. There was really only 1 that would have gotten you that, and Tom dialed it up there. Pick up 5 on the play, and another first down. Likely would have been 4 down territory there. Perhaps. If he would have been stopped short inside the 40, I would imagine Tom would have gone for it, but I guess that's a moot point. So there is a pickup. It's a short gain. It's a pickup of 13 yards. Guessed wrong, Jarek McKinnon. So London is finding a lot of success here on the ground. Allegedly. So Tom Cook is pulling double duty here. I see him. Oh, there it is. Michael Reese is allegedly calling the game. I am here and live and in the flesh, everybody. There's a 12-yard catch. That was on Carson Wentz's card. Who started? Well, I'd say he's starting to heat up, but that's 2 for 10, 24 yards for that young lad. It's another pass. That's Michael Thomas's first catch, 12 yards. So if you would have asked Tom Cook if Wentz was going to have this poor a first half, 2 of 10, and it looks like he's going to get him a score here at the very minimum. But if he can get him a touchdown, to think that he would only be down by 7 with such a lousy game, I think he would have called you a fool. There's a run for 3 yards. Now 2nd down and 7. That was Darvin Cook again. That's 4 carries for him for 20 yards. Maybe he has 8 more to go. Latavius Murray checks in. That's a pretty decent running unit there for Minnesota. And Cook is taking, excuse me, Tom Cook. Tom Cook is taking advantage of it on this drive. It's 2nd down and 7. Ball at the 10-yard line of Washtenaw. Washtenaw is up 21-7, but London is knocking on the door. London was trailing 21-0. He scored a touchdown. They're looking for more, and they're going to get more. There you go. Carson Wentz tosses that one to Latavius Murray. And that is a score. So London is getting ready to knock this down to a 1-score game pending this extra point. Well, I guess obviously if he misses it, hey, guess what? It's 21-14. So a nice comeback. Bloody but unbowed. London takes a swing and has hit pay dirt on their last 2 drives. London capitalizing on an interception from Tyrod Taylor, who's had a big first half. He's thrown for close to 150 yards. But that errant pass, 4 men in the zone, gave London the extra oomph it needed. And now a little bit of pressure here for Washtenaw. Up 21-0, now only up by 1 score. 3 minutes to go, starting their drive here at the 22. There's a pass that falls incomplete on Tyrod Taylor's card. Not a lot of completions there when you guessed right. 2, 6, 9, and 12. But you got those nice must runs at 4, 5, and 7. It's a unique card for sure. That's Gurley in the backfield. I don't believe we've seen Brown yet, who also has a very nice card. Maybe we'll see him in the second half. There's a pass that falls incomplete. So, wow, boy, this game certainly has turned on a dime. 3rd down and 10. 2:24 to go. London burned a timeout early. They still have 2 here, but a stop. And they'll have plenty of time to answer. So Washtenaw trying to convert for no other reason, just to keep the ball out of London's hands. Well, I wonder if we're stuck here. It's still 3rd down and 10, and no one seems to have done anything. I don't see a message here. Oh no, wait. Okay, there we go. Now they picked some formations. And there is a deep shot, but that pass falls incomplete. So look at this. London's going to get the ball with 2 minutes to go. So at the very least, barring a turnover, London is only going to be trailing 21-14, maybe even get him a score to tie this thing up or kick a field goal. Or it looks like what I'm trying to say is they're only going to be down one score unless there's a crazy turnover here. So here's the punt return. And let's pick up at 4 yards on the play. And that's pretty good field position, actually, for London. Ball at their own 35, 2 minutes to go. They do have 2 timeouts remaining. And here's a pass that falls incomplete. 2nd down and 10. So 2nd down again. Let's see, it's a short gain. It's a pickup of 17 yards on the play. That was a run, it looks like, for Carson Wentz. It was an end run. So London, once again, has forged their way into Washtenaw territory. They will not take a timeout there, I don't believe. So they're going to play hurry up, keep that same formation out there, that I formation. And there's a deep shot. Pass falls incomplete. Ball again at the Washtenaw 48. London trailing 21-14. The winner will wear the Battle Royale crown. So 2nd and 10. There's a pass that's caught for 14 yards. Carson Wentz completes that one to Evan Ingram. He's able to get out of bounds. So now the ball rests at the 34-yard line of Washtenaw. On that run play, Latavius Murray picks up a yard. It's now 2nd down and 9. I'm sorry, I'm a little distracted here as it's my turn to pick in this retro league. So I'm kind of going back and forth here whether to take a quarterback or take the fullback unit. But I will do my best to keep going back and forth between these games. Back to the action here. 3rd and 9, ball at the 33. So Tom has added a field goal, and we have come to the half. And they're going to go ahead and just rip right through it. So here we go. So Washtenaw was up 21-0, and London has answered with 17 straight points. As we are going to have to exit out of this, as we're going to get locked up. Hmm. $46,390. All right, we'll hop back into it here. So this, after a little bit more research from my crack staff, this is the London Executioners against the Washtenaw Wolves. A gentleman named Aaron, spelled Aaron, who is a first-timer in this league, finished 9-8, has made his way into this title game against longtime Stratomatic veteran coach Tom Cook, he finished the season 13-4. When these two clubs were the Executioners rolled all over the Wolves 26-6. London jumped out, the Wolves, Washtenaw jumped out to a 21-0 lead over the Executioners of London. London on their first score to make it 21-7 actually converted on a 4th and 2 deep in Wolves territory. Then following an interception from Tyrod Taylor, the Executioners took advantage. The Executioners took advantage and scored another touchdown to make it 21-17. They added a field goal late to make it 21-17. So I thought actually that was the third quarter. I guess they were just playing out the string in the second quarter. So now we are headed to the third quarter. So there's going to be a little bit of a break between the two. That'll give me a little bit of time here to go ahead and select this, make this next selection. Okay. Well, I don't know if anyone's interested, but I've just made my selection. I will be going with Bobby Hebert is going to be coaching my retro 1989 club. So he's going to be handing the ball off to Freeman McNeil and Johnny Hector. And his wideouts, let's see, JT Smith. And we're going to have a good defense, and we're going to have a good run defense, a good pass defense. I like this club. I do like this club. So I'm pretty pleased with how this is going. So we're going to forget about them. I had the second pick in this draft, so that means you have to wait 30 some odd picks between selections to get back to picks. Weird. Then you got to do two of them back to back. So makes it a little nerve-wracking when you watch players left and right go off the board. To the number one back, and he takes it back a grand total of 14 yards. So poor field position for London. The Executioners will take over at their own 14, trailing 21-17. Tom Cook has made a good run here, trailing 21-0 at 17 unanswered. So Washtenaw looking to play a little bit of defense here. I was going back and forth on selecting him or maybe a fullback tight end unit period, but I figured comma, if I didn't get him now, comma, he probably won't be back the next time. I was also going back and forth between him and Phil Simms. So pick up the action here. Latavius Murray on that run. It's now 3rd and 4. Murray so far, 9 carries for 60 yards. He had a big gainer, big chunk play among those yards. Other than that, he's been pretty so-so. So 3rd down and 4. Tom stays in his standard I formation. That's Wentz again under center with Red Ellison as a 6th rated blocking back. And there's a run and a big pickup. And there's that man again. You use him sparingly, but when you do, you get results. But this time it was actually on the defensive card. Nice pickup of 12 on the play. It's now 1st and 10 with the ball at the 32-yard line. So today is May 18th, 2019. It's 6:45 here on the East Coast as we're playing in the Battle Royale Championship. A longtime veteran coach in Tom Cook and a gentleman named Aaron, who this is his first foray into Battle Royale, and by all rights, pretty daggone successful as he's made his way into the title game. Second down and 7 for London with the ball at their 35. Tom was 13 and 4 during the regular season. Aaron was 9 and 8. Both clubs had to win 2 games to get into this Battle Royale Championship. I do not know if Tom Cook has won a Battle Royale Championship. I know this is Aaron's first time in this league. Clubs met this year. Tom Cook coming out on top 26-6. So there was a run for Murray, didn't pick up much. It's now 3rd down and 6. So 3rd down and 6. That's a must run on Carson Wentz's card, and he is able to pick up just enough yards for the first. We'll walk away and take a little break. Just a moment. So we picked this back up as London has made their way once again into Wolves territory. They scored on 4 straight drives. There's a 2nd and 1 that's picked up as Cook off tackle. Guess right, picks up 1. And is up with the first down. So 21-17. But London is creeping closer and closer to scoring position. Don't see this set very often. Here's a 3 wide set. Let's see if he runs out of this. He is. Latavius Murray is going to run. And he picks up 5 on the play. It's nice to spread out the defense into a 3-man front. Most times with 3 wide, the other club will not go with 4 defensive backs. They'll usually be forced to put out that 5th one. So you can take advantage of that, but of course the problem is if you roll a white die 1, it gets right on your card, and hardly any running backs have solid guess right cards. And Latavius Murray was no exception. So Tom decided to take a shot. And it was a good one. It was a well-calculated risk. And he was looking for Michael Thomas on that play. It was guessed wrong, and on the receiver card, Michael Thomas has a pretty good, actually. I'm surprised. I didn't realize he had that decent a guessed wrong card. If you roll an odd number on your red die, you're pretty much in business. But in this case here, you rolled an even. So the pass falls harmlessly to the turf. So now it's 3rd and 5. With the ball at the 32. So you do have this run pass option here when you've got Cook, who has such a dynamic guess wrong card. He's going to have to put his thinking cap on here. Trying to figure out how Tom has been trending on 3rd and 5. He's been running pretty consistently on 3rd down, but Wentz, of course, has a very strong guess wrong card. So Aaron will need to make a guess. Really, it's an educated guess. Let's see if he can drill through it. He guesses pass. And Cook chooses to run on that play and gets another first down. Even though a linebacker was there plugging the hole, the onside guard was able to make the block. So it was a good call. Neither team was punished by it. That was just basically dictated by the cards. It was a good call nonetheless. That, to me, looks like the Kansas City offensive line, and it is. So Cook again is in business here. He's had the ball the entire second half. He began this drive very deep in his own territory at the 13. There's now 7.5 to play. Here's a run, and that will pick up 6 as the defensive tackle was not able to make the play. White tie 5. Second down and 4. Battle Royale 2018 championship. We're playing with 2016 defensive cards. This is a unit-based, not an individual draft, and it's a one and done. This is not a keeper league. This is just a special league that's put together to have a little fun, but also to kill a little bit of time before the 2017 cards are released, and the clock is ticking. We should know in July who is going to get carded. We'll know some defensive ratings too. On top of that, there's a pickup of 4 for McKinnon. So we've seen a heavy dose of all 3 running backs for London. That's Jerick McKinnon, Darwin Cook, and Latavius Murray from the Minnesota Vikings unit. He also has the Kansas City offensive line. He has the Saints wide receivers and the Philadelphia Eagle quarterback set. So Tom is staring at the face of the Raiders defensive line. And that's the Saints defensive backs and the Seattle Seahawks linebacker unit. 3 wide set again for Cook. That's Tom Cook. Defense gets his run on that play, but the pass falls incomplete. I like the call. Cook has been running out of that 3 wide set pretty regularly. So I don't blame Aaron a bit for making that call. He didn't get burned because it was a receiver rating. On Brandon Coleman's card, who guessed wrong is a very good card. Not perfect, but it's solid. But the pass falls incomplete. Coleman unable to make the catch. It's now 2nd down and 10 with the ball at the 17. 6 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter. And there is a pickup of 9 on the play. That was a white die 6 reading. To Brandon Cook. So 3rd down and 1. So this is a big play for both clubs. If London is able to convert here, they're looking pretty solid for a touchdown that's going to give them the lead. If Washtenaw is able to make this stop, then Tom Cook has a decision to make. But let's let this next series play out before we get too ahead of ourselves, right? I formation, nope, he's going to go with Latavius Murray, Darwin Cook, Wentz, who certainly could pick up that 1st down himself, and Ellison, who's not eligible to run this ball. He's a blocking back. Third and 1. This is an inside run for Latavius Murray. The box is pretty much jammed, but Murray is able to lurch forward and pick up that 1 yard necessary to move the chains. And so the longest drive in Stratomatic history, it seems, is going to continue. This drive is now 9 minutes, closing in on 10 minutes. For sure, it's going to be over 10 minutes by the time this drive is said and done. Started at the 13. Like Rommel through the desert, so goes Tom Cook and his executioners as they make their way into Wolves territory deep at the 7-yard line. Here's Wentz on 1st and 7. He's going to throw for it. And the pass falls incomplete. Defense double teams elsewhere. That was a pass to Ted Ginn. And it's 2nd down and 7. I formation, and that's Darvin Cook in there. 4 more unfatigued carries for Darvin Cook. I can't imagine defense calling run here. And here's a pass to Darvin Cook, and that pass falls incomplete. So now it's 3rd down. That was on Wentz's card. Dancing between the raindrops, so to speak. You look on Wentz's card there from 5 to 10. You look pretty good, with the exception of a 6. And unfortunately, that's what Cook rolled. So now it's 3rd and 7. And so the executioners would hate to make this long a trip, only to stop on the outskirts of Disneyland. My goodness gracious. You were so close to Hollywood, and yet all you can see is the sign. A drive that has eclipsed the 10-minute, 30-second mark. In my brief time in broadcasting, I do not remember a drive lasting this long. So long, in fact, that on at least a couple of occasions, I thought about sneaking back downstairs for another ham sandwich. Yes, I am eating dinner during this broadcast. Al Michaels, I am not. So big decision here for Tom Cook. It's a curl pass to Michael Thomas, and that pass is caught for a touchdown. And so all the way down 21-0, and London has wrestled the lead away from the Wolves. It's 23-21, and with this extra point, it's now a field goal difference at 24-21. So Aaron has to find a way to get this momentum back. So the ball goes into the end zone, and it's a touchback. Let's see if these guys, oh, good. All right, so no stop in animation. So 4:12 to go. Aaron, rookie to Battle Royale, up 21-0, has watched that lead disappear. He's now down 24-21. Tyrod Taylor, who was off to a rip-roaring start to begin this game, has cooled considerably. And London has been able to score on their last 4 drives. Here's a quick out and a nice pickup there. Defense gets to run, and that's a first down. And that's Hunter Henry from the Los Angeles Chargers. And it's good for a first down ball at the 41 for the Washtenaw Wolves, taking on the London Executioners 2018 Battle Royale Championship. A pickup of 6 for Todd Gurley. Gurley, 10 carries, 83 yards. So statistically, they've looked very solid, but a turnover really sunk them. Up 21-7, driving, and a Tyrod Taylor interception. Turned the ball back over to London. They took advantage and scored a touchdown that made it 21-14. And then following a 3-and-out, London picked up a field goal just before the half to make it 21-17. They've tacked on a touchdown after an 11-minute drive here in the third quarter. And there is another big run for Todd Gurley. That's a pickup of 16 on the play. And he has 99 yards on the afternoon with only 11 carries. So they're answering back very strong here with the ball at the London 37. We got a 2 tight end set here with Hunter Henry, and they've got McGrath. Let's see who that is. Sean McGrath. Well, he's in there to block. He's probably not in there to catch a pass, but got a 6 and a 5 bookends on both parts of the line. I know in the modern NFL, you wonder why you would have a blocking tight end like that. Would they be used that much? But Stratomatic is a little bit of a different animal. So there's Malcolm Brown. I wonder if that's the first time he's checked into the game. He has an excellent guessed wrong card. So Tom has to be on his toes here. So that's the New England Patriots wideout set. Brandon Cook and Danny Amendola. It's Los Angeles Chargers tight end set. Tyrod Taylor at quarterback, and that's the Rams running back set. See if we can decipher the offensive line. That'd be Dallas Cowboys. So Tom Cook as the Green Bay Packer front line. And there's a pitch out. Guess wrong. Picks up 3, so it's 2nd down and 7. A minute 48 to go here in the third quarter. London, trailing 21-0, has stormed back, stormed the castle, so to speak, and now lead Washtenaw 24-21 in this 2018 Battle Royale Championship. So that's the Green Bay front line. That's Jacksonville's linebacker set. And Seattle defensive backs, it is. There's an off-tackle run to Malcolm Brown. It's guessed wrong, and on Brown's card, he picks up 6. So now it's 3rd down and 2 Ball at the 29-yard line. They are definitely in field goal range here, so it's looking pretty positive as far as tying this game up, but obviously you've come this far. You're looking for more. And on that run attempt, he is stuffed. That was Gurley. It was on the defensive card. Defensive onside end 5 or 0, and he's able to make the play. But the good news for the Wolves is they have tied the score with that field goal. It's now 24-24 as we are heading into the closing seconds of the third quarter, and good for us. We're not going to have a stoppage of play. Bad for us, or at least for Tom, another poor return. This one only goes for 14 yards, so now he's going to take over at the 15-yard line. Tom is thinking, why didn't that ball? Why would you pick that up at the 1? Let that thing go into the end zone. But a successful pop-up kick, let's call it that. But Tom has been here before. He took over in the third quarter, and like Grant through Richmond, took his sweet old time, over 10 minutes in fact, to score the go-ahead touchdown that gave his club a 24-21 lead over Washtenaw. Washtenaw just answered with a field goal. So after 3 quarters, we have decided nothing except that both these two T clubs are wide open with the opportunity to win this Battle Royale crown. Knotted up at 24, this is Aaron and Tom Cook. Tom Cook has the ball. He's with London. Washtenaw is coached by Aaron. Aaron is a rookie coach. Both of these clubs had to win 2 games to get to this final. In the regular season, these two clubs did meet. London coming out on top 26-6. And following that incomplete pass, Wentz is 7 for 23. He does have 2 touchdown passes. 7 of 23 for 75 yards. And there is a run for Latavius Murray, but it doesn't go anywhere. He drops the yard, so it's now 3rd and 11. So Dennis Crowley, another longtime coach, has asked me to send a link. He would like to join the broadcast, and that would be fun. So here we go. So London is unable to convert on 3rd down, and we'll put the ball back in the hands of Washtenaw, who will take over at their own 31-yard line. This championship tilt is knotted at 24, and we have just over 13 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. So Dennis Crowley will join us here momentarily. Crowley, who's in this league and knows a lot more about than I have, can probably take this thing over. And we will take it to the finish. And that pass is picked off. So Tyrod Taylor is picked off for the second time in the game. And a huge break for London, who will take over at the 46-yard line. They capitalized on the last interception, turned into a touchdown, and they're very near scoring position to begin with. So a bad break for Washtenaw and Aaron, who's going to have to play some very strong defense here to keep this to at least 3 points. For London, the Executioners already are in field goal range with the ball at the 25. 3-wide set for Tom Cook, who is, for the most part, showed us an I formation, but every once in a while we've seen this 3-wide set. That's Latavius Murray in the backfield. Now, when you stretch him 3 wide, you don't get a great deal of advantage there. New Orleans happens to have a slot corner. That is a 5. Defense guessed run on that play? How about that? Nice call. Latavius Murray is able to get a couple of yards. It's now 2nd down and 8. In this Battle Royale 2018 championship game. Hey, Dennis. How you doing, buddy?
Good. How are you?
I'm fine. Just picking it up. Let's see. Let's make sure what happens here. Okay, so it's 3rd and 9. This London just took over just a moment ago with the ball at the Washtenaw, I believe that's how it's pronounced, 26-yard line. Tyrod Taylor just threw his 2nd interception of the game.
Yeah, I saw that. I'm looking at the ball possession. It looks like Washtenaw started off really strong, either leading 14-0 or 21-0 until Tom.
21-0.
Wow.
That's right. 21-0. London scored on 4 straight possessions, including the first drive here of the 3rd quarter that was, I'm not kidding you, close to 11 minutes. Tom started it at his own 13 and marched 87 yards for a score, and it took forever, but drained a lot of time from the clock. And then Washtenaw answered back here with a field goal, so that's where we find ourselves now.
Cool. I want to look at the London field goal kicker. This is a big 3rd down here.
Yeah,
looks
this
like
is Tweener.
2 through 8, 11 and 12 from this range, if he doesn't pick up any more yards. Not counting the variable. He looks like he's been running a lot on 3rd downs, or at least
Yes.
drive I saw.
Yes, he has. So
inside draw again. He moved his linebacker down. Containment is in effect, but he only gained 7 anyway. This moves him to 2 through 10 field goal range.
Correct.
And when you get a
play
chance
variable in this.
Yes, variable field goal range. If you got a chance to take the lead in the 4th quarter, you're going to do it. There's no sense in trying to go for it now. And he shanked it.
Oh,
holy cow!
Wow.
That's one of those ones where you pinch yourself or you kick yourself, because if you had not gotten those yards on the draw play, that field goal is good because it was good on 2 through 8, 11 and 12 in the other range.
Yeah, that's merciless right there.
So how was Gurley done today? Let me look at the box score.
99 yards, I believe.
That's not too shabby. He's got 8.3 yards per carry. Why isn't he running him more? That's the question. Only 12 runs for Gurley and 22 passes for Taylor.
It's been interesting. Taylor was off to a nice start. He had 150 yards in the first half, but he's really cooled off. And those 2 turnovers weren't his fault. Those were actually on the defensive card.
So maybe that's why he's not running Gurley, because as soon as I say you should run him and he does a run, Tom's got that pegged, puts the man in the zone and no gain. So that's probably led to a lot of passing because Tom's been aggressive on the run call. With a 6 nose tackle, you can do that.
Yep. Yeah, all of the action has been on the defensive card. It's not really been on Tyrod's card, honestly. He's caught some nice breaks. So, but that's is what it is.
Well, I won't step on your play-by-play too much. Continue on, or sounds like it's been. How long has the game been going? Over 2 hours?
It just seems that way. It just seems that way. I jumped in about like 7 minutes in. Basically, it was a little rusty. I haven't done this for quite some time, so the first quarter wasn't great, but I've kind of picked up a little bit here.
Well, after that hot start by Washtenaw, they've gone interception, punt, into half, field goal, interception. So 2 turnovers, 1 punt, and one drive they put together. It's the field goal, and they're on the verge of going 3 and out here unless Tyrod can come through with a clutch 3rd down completion.
Or a must run, something cool like that.
Yeah, he's not bad on the must runs. How many end runs does he have left? Looks like he's got 3 left. That's another thing he could be doing. But again, when your opponent's calling run and recognizes that as the main weapon, as Gurley and Taylor's end runs, you have a tendency to get a little frustrated. Your offense can get bogged down. It doesn't seem like Washtenaw going very fast either, unless it's all like Tom waiting for Tom to figure out his defense. Fly to Brandon Cooks, single covered, nobody's in the zone. He's covered by a 4, but incomplete. Nice aggressive call there, I have to say, by Aaron. So it'll be another 3 and out. And when you get to this stage in the game, all it takes is one big play or a turnover.
Right.
To change the game around. Like if Tom would fumble the punt here, that would be a huge momentum shift, or throw a pick, or if he drives down picks up a long gain, that could be a huge momentum shift. Punt return touchdown there could have been a huge shift.
Yeah. Wentz has been really bad this game. I don't know if you saw it on the box or not, but last time I think he was like 7 for 20 some. He does have 2 touchdown passes, but he's just been very awful.
He's got a really good short pass card. That's been Tom's bread and butter all year. So I'm even with the 7 for 24 performance, the game is tied. So that shows you a lot about how good Tom is on defense.
Yeah.
When he needed to buckle down, he's held him to 3 points since that 21-0 lead.
Yep.
And how many has Cooks already hit his runs?
I think he's got about
Dalvin
3 left.
Cook?
I think he's got about 3 left.
Okay. Well, yeah, that could probably be about 5 actually, because he'll run him fatigue level 2.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, Tom's actually done a lot of 3 wide sets and run.
So Dalvin Cook's got 4. Dalvin's got 4 unfatigued carries left. So that's really like 8 additional carries.
So he's kind of alternated between 3 wide and that station, but he's not at all been afraid to run out of that 3 wide set.
Gotcha. I'll be right back. That should be it.
That's the first down there for London. We're now ball at the 34-yard line with 8:24 to go here in the 4th quarter. Again, this is the 2018 Battle Royale Championship. So Dennis Crowley has joined us on the phone. So Tom goes back to the 3 wide set, and we've got a 3-3-5 in there for Washtenaw. Again, this is Aaron and Tom Cook battling for the 2018 Battle Royale Championship. There's a run for Cook. He is stymied at the line.
All right, I'm back. I forgot I put some eggs on to boil. And, had to go and turn them off and put them on ice.
Where did you? I saw your note there. Your graduate degree was
Yes,
from
Claremont Graduate University.
where? What was it in?
Information systems and technology with a data science and analytics concentration.
Oh, that's so cool. Well, my brother's been in IT for 20 years.
Nice.
Yeah, fantastic. Congratulations, man.
We got a guess wrong pass there. That could be a big play. And there it is, 15 yards and a first down.
There it is.
So the 9th completion for Carson Wentz going to come with 7:12 to go in the game.
Who was the backfield? Who was in the backfield on that play? Was that Cook?
I think so, yeah. So that's the kind of power he has. You respect that run. Yeah.
Absolutely. Here's the same 3 wide set. This time is Murray in the backfield.
And he's only got 3 unfatigued carries left.
Yeah, he's mixed it up between those two. And McKinnon's had some carries too.
Yeah, so he's got plenty of carries.
This is more than like an 80s sort of game or a 70s sort of game. This is not like modern NFL that you keep hearing him talk about over and over again. He's really run the ball effectively today.
Yeah, the rule set with no dump off and no white die 6 makes it tougher to pass the ball. And as you can see from those statistics, I'm thinking about next year for Battle Royale playing with all the modern rules. Screen left, there's nobody there. He has abandoned the zone. That's going to be a 13-yard gain. If he had left the guy there, it would have been defender -1 or +4. It would have been a 4-yard gain. So 9-yard swing as Tom inches closer to field goal range. But of course, in this situation, you really don't want to settle for a field goal because you give your opponent a chance to come back, drive for a touchdown to win the game.
All right. White die 6, he would have gotten that as well, wouldn't he?
Right, but we don't play that rule, so it would have just been.
We don't have that rule. Okay, gotcha.
Right. So if there's a man in the zone, there's a man in the zone.
You know, I've had to go back and forth doing this broadcast, and my draft position came up.
Oh, okay. Well, do you need to go back and make your pick, or you already did?
It was like Tom was, taking like a minute or two between plays, and it's like, oh, I gotta pick out this. Okay, New Orleans quarterback, and then you get back for like a couple minutes. Okay, I'm gonna get this offensive line. But he got it, took care of it just fine. So
defender X. Yeah, defender extra short game there. The white die 6 beat Ken Crawley's 5. So now we're definitely in field goal range.
Supposedly.
Yeah, that shank that comes back and plays a huge part because if he's able to cash this inside run to Murray, it's guessed right. It'll be a 2-yard gain. If he cashes this in for a touchdown, Washtenaw still has a chance. But if they had given up that 2 through 10 field goal, it would have been pretty much over for all intents and purposes, unless there's some other big play. But we're getting down to the nitty gritty. 5 minutes to go in the game. Dalvin Cook into the game. 3 unfatigued carries left for him. So he's used 5, he's only ran him once on this drive. But again, he could run him for 7 more times without too much of a worry. It's such a great card. Last time he got him to call running too short. Same thing here, and it's picked off.
Oh, what a great call!
Aaron uses that inside linebacker to double team the tight end, and that's where it went. Look at that split. When he's guessed right, it's 2 through 4, 11, 12. Not very likely. Guessed wrong, it's only 2. But double teamed, it's an automatic pick. First and 10 Washtenaw now, with the game still tied. The 2017 Battle Royale Super Bowl, and it just gets better and better.
Yeah, you've got to think we're going to see some Gurley here. Got to see more this drive.
Tom's been consistently calling run to stifle him. Pitch out right to Gurley. Guessed wrong, but it's 3 wide. So it could be, there it is. The white die 1 makes that a 3-yard loss. So 2nd and 13. When you go 3 wide like that, you're giving yourself only a 67% chance of getting the guessed wrong column when it lands on your card.
What name do you want on your T-shirt for Kensel's birthday? Like what name? Like do you want
Koji or Striker?
Do you want photos? I want Raider.
Okay. Koji, what about you?
He wants to know what name do you want for your shirt on Kensel's birthday? Do you want Koji? Do you want Striker? Koji. Okay.
Hello? 2nd and 13. 4:30 to go in the game. The pace again slows down. Curl to Brandon Cooks, 4-minute zones. Guessed right. That's the problem with Tyrod Taylor. His card's not great, guessed right. That was a receiver reading. Hits a blank on the 9. Okay. That's 3rd and 13. Another tough third down conversion for Aaron.
He had only one drive of any effect.
Yeah, last time he went deep to Cooks in this spot, who was guessed right, single cover, but nobody's in the zone. So what will Tom do this time? He doubled Hogan. Will he leave Hogan alone? Will he double Gurley? Amendola? Aaron needs one of these receivers to come through with a good receiver reading. Amendola's not that great, I don't think.
No.
I guess about the same as Hunter Henry. Hogan or Cooks have the best chance of hitting the 13 yards on their own card.
Mm-hmm.
Gurley, he might run Gurley, but against that nose tackle 6, it's tough. On a line buck, he can get that 7 short gain.
Yeah.
You can throw short to Gurley. But Gurley, Henry, and Amendola, if it hits their car, you're not getting much. Gurley's probably the best of those 3 options. Aaron had to put out with that Leo Collins 2 pass blocking, but luckily for him, Dean Lowry's only a 2 run pass rush. Draw to Gurley, and it only picks up 3. The white eye one reared its ugly head, so it off the punt. 3:36 to go. And Gurley's, when I tuned in, I asked you how he was doing. He had 99 yards. He's ran 3 or 4 times, and he still's got 99 yards.
Yep.
Remember, he's got a touchdown on 2. Instead, it's a fair catch at the 40. Tom realistically needs 30 yards to get into field goal range. Could we be going to overtime?
I don't know.
It's a lot easier to pick up first downs with this card than Tyrod Taylor.
Yes, exactly.
And Washtenaw only got an average pass defense, whereas London have good pass defense. So it's been an uphill battle for Aaron. It's impressive that he's tied with just 3 minutes to go.
Yeah. He caught a break with a missed field goal, a terrific call on the double team, but you just wonder how much longer he's going to be able to hold on to this. He's good. I think he's just going to need a break here. Well, there's a good start.
I think that 10 is a completion if he throws it short. Double checking here. Yeah. Oh, no, it's a must run. And his must run's pretty good. So if he gets the must run, he gets a chance of a first down 2 through 5. And 6, 7, or 8 is decent too.
That's a pretty average flat pass card. My goodness gracious, that's not.
But that's the thing. That's not his strength. Look at that short pass card. That's his moneymaker right there. 2nd and 10 at the 40. Big play here. You want to get it 3rd down without contain. Neither team showing blitz and sending the house or anything. Second and 10. Curl to Thomas, being double covered. That's going to be incomplete. Defender X for short gain. Good call there, even though the P.J. Williams standalone 4 rating would have made the play. Typically, that's not going to happen. Usually, he's going to get beat. So 3rd and 10, 2:42 to go. This is exactly what Aaron was hoping for after he was forced to punt. I think he's gone 3 and out every time that I've watched this.
He hasn't done anything since the one drive that got that field goal after Tom had taken the lead with a touchdown. That's pretty much.
So since I tuned in, he's had that interception and then 2 3 and outs.
He had some good rolls on that last drive, and that's pretty much been it.
Yeah, and he's played really good defense to stymie Tom a little bit. Yeah, I'm not sure if you talked about it, but Aaron was 9-8 in the regular season. Tom had a chance to pick him as his opponent in the first round, but instead he picked Nathan, who was like, 11-5 or something like that. So it shows you the respect that he had for Aaron's team and play calling coming into this game.
This is Aaron's first foray into Battle Royale. Is he from other leagues or something, or just picked up the game new? Or
he is a longtime cards and dice player in Tyke's league. Tyke Wright, Derby guy. So he talked him into joining the online community, and it's been nice to have him in the league.
That's good.
Tom goes a 3 wide with Jerick McKinnon in the backfield. He's a very good receiver. Check out his card. Can he go deep? He can't go deep, but he's really good for a halfback on a short pass. Mm-hmm. And again, that's where 3rd and 10, that's where you just know Wentz is going to hit, Tom's going to call that. Unless Aaron's been doing a lot of, double teaming with the linebackers, and he might try to dump it off to McKinnon in the flat and try to catch him in the zone, which he also does well. Flat, wrong, or short. Sometimes you bring those guys in, though, just to get the bullseye off of your other receivers. Square into Brandon Coleman being double covered. Nice call again by Aaron.
Yeah.
2 men in the zone. That's going to be a 2-yard pickup, and Tom will punt. So are we going to see Gurley finally break a big run to get Washtenaw to field goal range to win the 2017 Super Bowl? This has been a good game. I know the pace is not very rapid, but in a championship game, you expect guys to slow down. Tom's very deliberate. He's got to consult the spreadsheets, try to look for the best possible plays, and
it's been well thought out. And Aaron doesn't know a thing about half the people in this league, and probably doesn't know anything about Tom and how good a coach he is. And
40-yard return. Danny Amendola takes it.
There you go.
That's what he needed. Just one big play to give him a shot. Now, the other thing, too, Aaron and
What's
Tom.
His kicker?
Oh, yeah, let me check that out. Aaron and Tom played like a couple weeks, maybe a week before the end of the regular season, a week and a half, 2 weeks. So, even though he hasn't played a lot of people, I'm sure that game with Tom was fresh on his mind. He lost 26-6. So, I'm sure he learned a lot from that. So let's look at the Washtenaw field goal kicker. They're 2 through 8 from 23 and 32. 2 through 6 and 12 out to the 45-yard line. So he's just 3 yards away from trying a long desperation field goal.
Wow. Who is that kicker?
That's got to be who can kick that far? It is Gostkowski. Gostkowski had a really good year from deep in 2017.
Wow.
2 through 6 and 12. Wouldn't that be an interesting way to end it? Nobody calls timeout there as the clock goes down to 1:30.
I find it interesting that he went with a 3 wide set on that first play. It didn't affect him because he rolled a 3 and wound up getting the dreaded 5. So who cares?
Right. But he's just looking for some hold in the offense. You remember, maybe you want to hit one of those the box readings on the D card. If he got one of those 15-yard pickup or something like that, he would really, set him up nicely.
Yeah, I think Tom's going to call run here again.
Yep. Does he have the courage to call pass? And if he does call pass, is he going to go to Cooks, his best receiver, or has Tom doubled him enough that he's staying away from him? How about a short pass to Gurley? That might be cool. Let's check out Tom's pass rush. He doesn't have that much heat. It's a curl to Cooks. Guessed right. 3-minute zone. He needs a completion here, big time.
Big time.
He got an 8-yard must run. That'll do it.
He'll take it.
Now again, if I was Aaron, I would just let the clock run. You don't want to give Tom any time left, because if you try that long field goal and you miss, all he needs to do is get 2 first downs, and it's a field goal range for London to win it.
Yeah, I'm thinking timeout here.
I don't know. I would not call timeout. I'd let the clock run. If I'm Tom, I'd call timeout.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Then again, it's 3rd and 2. So nope, no timeout. So he just let it run.
Wow. All right.
2 yards to glory. But again, as it stands now, he could kick. He would have like a 45% chance of a field goal. Let's take a look at it again. But the thing is, sometimes you forget about how good your kicker is. So does he really know he's that good that deep? Does he really understand the rules that he can kick it out to the 40-yard line? He might just think, oh, I got Gostkowski, and not really understand the implications of that. But he's played that cards and dice thing for a long time. So we got 6, 5. So 16 out of 36.
44?
Yeah, so 44%. I guesstimated 45, so I was about in the ballpark.
You're right.
Curl Cooks guessed wrong. 4-minute zone, though. Oh, my God.
Wow. That's twice.
Don't you think Brandon Cooks should be a maxed out receiver? I'm shocked. If he would have hit the 52 there, that would have been touchdown.
Mm.
But instead, will he go for here or will he try the long field goal? What would you do?
I'm kicking the field goal.
44% chance to win it, but you give him the ball.
No doubt.
But you're giving him the ball back at the 47 if you miss.
That's no doubt.
With 45 seconds left, and that offense, I don't know. I might go for it. He's got the sixes up front, but pound it behind those guys.
Mm.
Maybe go full house.
Yeah, that's a good one with Brown. And Tyrod Taylor can run. So, if he decides to, you've always said it's important to key on somebody there.
But it's a good run defense card. Tyrod Taylor's best column is flat. Well, maybe he'll go flat here. Man. This is ballsy.
This really is. I mean, if you're going to go for it, I'd say kick the field goal. I'd say you're better.
I would be okay kicking the field goal if there was like 15 seconds left. With 52 seconds left, I'm more apt to try to get the first down.
But what's the percentage of getting the first down versus kicking your field goal? I can't imagine it being more than 50% on converting this.
Well, let's look at Gurley's card. If he goes just the standard guessed right, if it lands on Gurley's card, he's good on everything except 5 and 7. We have a call here. Off tackle left to Gurley. Nobody's in the zone. Guessed right. So again, everything but 5 and 7 on Gurley's card is going to be a first down, and that's it. First down.
Wow.
Offense onside tackle +2 or +7. He guarded the flats, knowing that that's Taylor's best column. And no matter what, even if he had packed the zone and keyed, it still would have been a first down. That just shows you the whole 50-50 dynamic. If that would have been on Gurley's card, guessed right, that's not a first down. It's zero yards.
Well, and I'll go one step further. And if you believe in this kind of stuff, maybe you don't. But if that's the dice roll that you get for a field goal,
you miss.
You miss.
Yep.
Now, if you believe that stuff, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean I've always wondered that. Like, does the amount of seconds that you wait have an impact on the random number? Some random number generators use the time.
Yeah.
The time of day. Like that's like a way of seeding it so it knows where to start the random roll. So like if you were it now, would that be a different number than if you waited a minute?
Very good question. I think that's a Glenn Guzzo question.
Yeah, him they were jealous. But 2 minutes in the zone. 2 minutes in the zone. Oh, and it doesn't. It goes on Taylor's card guessed right, +7. So hold on, let's check Washtenaw. Where do they need to get to be in 2 through 10 range? They need to get to the 22-yard line. They're not home yet because they're only at the 26. And 2 through 8, you could easily roll 9, 10, 11, or 12.
Mm-hmm.
It's got to be like 75%. So let's count it up. Tom's really good at counting the cards.
Totally.
I have to think about it. So we got 6, 16, 20, 23, 22, 21. So 21 out of 36. So let's do that calculation.
50, 57?
Is that wrong? Maybe I'm wrong. It seems like it should be more than that. Curl to Cooks. Guessed wrong. 3 minute zone. You hate to see an interception here, but you don't. You get a short gain down to the 11. So now he's in good field goal range. Let's look at it again. So if it was here, so 6, 5, 10, 16, 20, 23, 25, 26. So it's 26 out of 36. I added it up wrong.
70%.
Yeah, so it would have been a 72% field goal from there. Now we're into 92%. Yeah. You almost think
take a knee.
Well, no, because the variable comes into play, and if he gets down to the inside the 12, it's 2 through 11 instead of 2 through 10. So you want to run another play here. If you really get ballsy, you could go for a pass, but I would just run it.
Yeah, just
let Tom use his timeouts and run it.
Does Taylor have a bad fumble rating?
He is a 1. He's the minimum fumble rating. So
and just line buck for Taylor.
Yeah, no. When you run a line buck, that does a different role, and I think on that it increases a little bit. It'll probably be like a 6 or 7. But the 1 on the snap fumble is the lowest you can have.
Okay.
Take a knee. He goes for taking a knee. I wouldn't do that because the variable could push it back to 2 through 10. We just saw Tom shank a 2 through 10 field goal on an 11. Like you said, a sneak would have been better there. And he called pass, hoping to get a flat pass and get a pick or something, or a short pass or in the zone. So Tom will use another timeout. 22 seconds left. If you take a knee, though, you eliminate the possibility of a snap fumble, even though it's 1 in 1,000.
Right.
Or the ability, or the possibility of a fumble on the sneak. You get chances of a fumble. I wouldn't do that.
I was calling a game the other. He's going to go ahead and kick it. All right.
Yeah. So 2 through 10 here. 2 through 11 if he gets the variable. He did not get the variable, but it's a 7. It's good. That'll take it down to 15 seconds. But you're giving Tom a chance at a fluke play. Let's look at his. Close it up. So he squid kicks it down to the 16. So he'll have 2 shots. Well, 1 shot if he stays in bounds. 2 shots at a miracle. See, now this is a trick here. You can't get out of bounds on a long pass. Did you know that?
You
can't. You only get out of bounds.
Second left, though, won't you?
No, you can't get out of bounds on a long pass. If you complete a long pass, you don't get a chance to get out of bounds. The strat rules say you can only have a chance of getting out of bounds on a flat or a short pass.
Will they still give him a second left on a catch?
No, because it's going to be after this play. It's going to be 8 seconds to go, and if you don't get out of bounds, it uses 2 ticks. If you get out of bounds, it uses 1 tick. So in this case, you might want to throw short, run and run, or throw flat, just to get you a little bit more yardage and get you what if you throw flat to an empty zone and it's a long game and it gets you into field goal range? You can still get out of bounds then. But if you're going to take a knee and make him use his last time out, then you should do it again and use your last time out so that, the game's over on the field goal change.
But doesn't he have to find somebody who can actually go 70-some yards?
No, anybody. We don't use that rule.
Oh, you don't?
Everyone's unlimited. If he throws a flat to Murray and hits a long gate, it's unlimited.
Okay.
But again, if it's a long pass completion, the game's over.
Yeah.
There's no chance for him to get out of bounds.
So he'd have to roll a touchdown or bust here, basically.
Yeah. You have to get a 4 on Wentz's card, and it would have to be one of those edge readings on the long pass, on the long gain chart. I mean,
or on the defensive card, they've got a long game. Probably
double cover, 2-minute zone, interception, game over.
There you go.
Championship goes to Aaron Onderdunk and his Washtenaw Wolves.
I'll be doggone.
Amazing game. Amazing.
It was.
The part that I mean, you got to give credit to Tom being down 21-0, battling your way back, and really being in control of the games.
Yeah.
Figuring out how to stifle the Wolves' offense, and he was just forcing 3 and out after 3 and out. And the key play was that 40-yard punt return that seemed to kickstart the Wolves' offense, put more pressure on Tom to be perfect, and it didn't happen.
No, and a special teams play that screwed it up on a missed field goal. On top of that, I think I was a 2-3.
Look at this, coaches of Battle Royale, take heart. A rookie coach who was 9-8 in the regular season,
right,
put together a magical run, won 3 games in the playoffs, and is now the 2017 champion. So congratulations to Aaron. They're exchanging their pleasantries. I'm going to jump off and take care of some things, but thank you very much, Michael, for calling the game.
Thanks, Dennis, for coming in. I'm glad you came in.
I feel for Tom. I thought he had a really good chance in this one, but you get yourself behind the 8 ball. You get down 21-0. Sometimes it's tough to climb out of that hole.
Yep.
So
he will lick his wounds for about a half hour and then realize he's got a 12-0 SSFA team. So yeah, he's fine.
Exactly. Yep. Fair enough. All right, guys. I'll talk to you later.
All right, man. Thanks, Dennis.
Hey, we'll see you.
All right, man. Well, congratulations, Aaron. You have a Battle Royal Championship in your possession as the Washtenaw Wolves 27, London Executioners 24. Once again, the Wolves up 21-0. London storms the castle, comes back with 24 unanswered points. The Wolves tack on 3 to tie it up, put a 3-pointer through the pipes in the closing seconds of the game to win this one, but that's hardly the story. This had everything. Turnovers, lots of drama, long plays for both clubs, special teams, goats. Really an underdog, 9-8 team that won 3 straight to take this Battle Royale crown. And this was one of the better championship games that you're going to find. So often we play in these league games and the title game, for whatever reason, becomes a dud. But this one was not a dud at all. This was an outstanding contest. Both coaches should be very proud. It was very well played on both sides. But Aaron Underdonk, I believe his name is, that is your winner for Battle Royale 2018. So congratulations to both clubs. That looks like a fun league. I'm sure they really enjoy it. And that'll pretty much be it. So I'm going to go ahead and sign off. We'll scroll through the box score here real quick. Just take a look at this here. Tyrod Taylor, 14 of 28 for 189 yards. He had over 150 in the first half, actually, and that's 2 touchdowns. He also had 2 interceptions. Carson Wentz, very slow start and a sluggish finish. 12 for 33, 2 touchdowns and 2 interceptions as well. Todd Gurley, 17 carries, 106 yards. Latavius Murray, 20 carries for 100 yards. Brandon Cooks, 4 catches for 110 yards, including a touchdown, a 65-yard touchdown reception, in fact. Another touchdown added by fellow wide receiver Chris Hogan. And the touchdown receptions for London, Michael Thomas. And I believe, let's see, here it is, Latavius Murray. So there it is. There's your final score. Again, a big punt return that set up the closing field goal from Gostowski that gives Washtenaw, the Wolves, the title. So congratulations to Aaron Underdonk and Underdonk. And congratulations to Tom Cook for both had outstanding seasons. Again, my best to everyone. I hope you enjoyed this broadcast, and we will see you for the SSFA playoff games here very soon. More playoff broadcasts to come, and that's it. This is Michael Reeves signing off. God bless everyone. Hope you enjoyed this broadcast, and we will see you soon.